Alright, hello people and welcome back. It's been a little while since I have recorded. Season 22 is coming to an end, so I'm going to make my final push over the next few episodes. I got a few things to do just to wrap up the season. Season 23 is looking pretty, I don't know, kind of looking pretty good. I'm not going to go into all of it, but basically they did a lot with the follower. Your follower is now going to be at least a little bit more useful than what it has been, which is good for solo players like myself. The only kind of bad thing is that unless they change something, there's not going to be any other seasonal theme. That follower thing is just a change to the overall game itself. So, not really much of a seasonal theme. And they boosted up the Firebird set for the Wizard and the Rathma set for the Necromancer. They've toned down the Gears set for the Demon Hunter, which I never play. A lot of people were upset about that. And they've toned down the Spirit Barrage build for the Witch Doctor, and a lot of people were upset about that. So we'll see how it goes. Never know, maybe I'll give Witch Doctor a try, but it's kind of looking like the Spirit Barrage set is still going to be the main set for the Witch Doctor, which to me is unfortunate because I really don't like that set all that much, so I didn't play it all that much. But alright, so where I left off last, let's oops, where is it? This right here. This is where I left off last. Difficulty 131 with a minute 44 left. Rank 188. I believe now I'm in the low 300s. So there have been a lot of people that have surpassed me since then. I've gained a few things since doing this rift. So hopefully I should be able to beat this fairly, I'm not going to say easily, but so let's take a look at some of the differences. First of all, I'm a little bit higher Paragon. I have done some playing off camera, nothing really major, just a lot of
that the hero of prophecy would be more lively.
Good amount of farming. I've done some multiplayer playing in public just for the fun, just to see what was out there. It's definitely a lot less efficient than doing solo play because you do a lot of waiting in multiplayer, at least in the public gaming anyway. People come in, people exit out, you're waiting, and then you'll do rifts that someone sets it up to a rift 130. And I'm like, okay, we'll do 130. Well, we don't even come close to making it, so it's like we ended up wasting all that time. It's nowhere near as efficient. Some people swear by it. I don't believe it at all. And they're doing things now which I really disagree with. They're going out and searching for experience point pools. But they'll spend like 4 or 5 minutes going out and finding them. So they'll get in here and they'll go out to these very places looking for experience point pools. And I'm like, you're spending half of your time searching for experience point pools, which are only giving you a 25% bonus to your experience. Well, that seems like a loss because you could have been halfway into your next rift, instead of going out and searching for these pools. So not only are you losing experience, but you're also losing items, you're losing rank ups on your gems, because instead of doing 4 or 5 rifts, in a given amount of time, we could have done 6 or 7, but instead you spent that time searching for experience point pools. I don't know. But anyway, solo play is just to me just seems so much more efficient, and I can just go. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so I am now 131, 13, 15. So I am now at 314. So I was at 188. Now I'm at 314. I should most likely be able to do a good bit better than this. So some of the differences, things that I was looking for. Okay, the main thing I was looking for was a better version of this, that 225%. I don't know if I found this and recorded it. I might have. I think I did. Anyways, the one that I've got now, I believe, is 200, close to maximum, close to 250. And it's also got the bonus to Energy Twister, and it's got the bonus to Vitality, and I believe Intelligence, Vitality, critical hit chance 10%, and that bonus to damage is fairly close to maximum. So, I mean, I could not have asked really for a better version of it. I could pump that Energy Twister up to up to 15%, but that would take a lot of rerolls just for 1%. I don't think I'm going to bother doing that. I think for me, the 14% is going to be just fine. What else have I got that's a little different? Okay, I think for items, that's the only item that's different from this, at least at the moment anyways, but there are some differences. One difference I found is with this storm armor. I was experimenting with other storm armors. I was using this one. Ranged and melee attackers are shocked. So I figured a ranged enemy would shoot something at me. They would take the lightning damage and my halo would kick in. Which would be good because the halo can only kick in for enemies that are further than 15 yards away. But experimenting with some of these other ones, and apparently these other ones are just as effective as activating that halo of careening. Which I don't know, I don't understand the mechanic behind that, because the halo says you gotta shock someone further than 15 away, but this says it shocks a nearby enemy. So I don't know how, maybe nearby, maybe the 30 yards away is considered nearby, I don't know. So anyways, I switched over to this one. I'm hoping that this increase in movement speed will help me. Right, so I didn't activate that yet. Oh, this is my speed build. Okay, well this is my speed build, which should have that on anyways. Alright, so that's one thing. And another... Okay, so both my Ice Climbers and my Swampland Waders both have a bonus to Resist All. Now, normally Resist All is a little bit better than a bonus to Armor. But with Stone Gauntlets giving me bonus of 250% to my armor, plus things like my Taiguk, which is another 20%. The bonus to armor is just going to be better than this, just because it's just going to it's going to get boosted, I believe. So I was searching for better versions of these, both of them with a bonus to armor. And I was going to have to re-augment them, but I figured if I got them, I would re-augment. I'd spend it, because I think the bonus to armor would be better. Well, I searched and searched and searched and searched and searched. Reforged. The other thing I did is I had I had about 8,000 death breath. So I just did bounty after bounty after bounty after bounty after bounty to use up all those death breath, merely to try and get better versions of these two. And finally, right at the very, very end, I finally found a pair of Ice Climbers that I was looking for. And it was tricky to get because it had to be both Ancient Legendary, it had to have Intelligence, Vitality, and Armor. And then the fourth one, I will just re-roll with the Enchantress to Energy Twister like this one is. So I finally got this one. I had a whole bunch of close calls. I don't know if I kept them or not. Did I keep them? No, I got rid of them. But I had a whole bunch of them that were so close to what I was looking for, but just missed it by a little bit. Or it would have the intelligence, vitality, armor, but it wasn't ancient. So I had a bunch of those types of things. Finally got it at the very end. So then I started doing, towards the end, I started doing the Swampland Waiters, hoping for the same thing. I've gotten some close calls. For instance, like this one. This one would have been perfect, but it's not ancient. So I want... and then I got this primal version of them. Unfortunately, this one is absolutely horrible.
Mention what a bore you can be.
And this one's close, but I want the armor, intelligence, vitality, armor. This one's close, but it doesn't have the vitality. And then this one's same thing, is close, but it doesn't have the bonus to armor. Same thing, this one doesn't have the bonus to armor. This one doesn't have the bonus to armor, because I've got to be able to reforge something like the fire skill. So it's got to have intelligence, vitality, armor, and then I'll re-roll the fire skills, for example, in this one, to make it to where it's arcane. So all I want is I want a pair of these, but instead of the resist all, I want the armor. I might get it, I might not. What I'm going to be doing is, as I'm going, I'm going to be switching over to my Witch Doctor, spending my blood shards on pants, and then re-rolling. Well, I won't have any death. I don't have enough death breath to upgrade, but if I get some, as I get some, I'll just be trying to get another pair of these. Let's see what happens. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I would like to. This is another thing I just happened to get. I got a primal version of Ransler's Folly. Not a huge improvement over what I already have. Extra 1% critical hit chance. And an extra 1% damage to energy twisters. So, you know, and I'll probably re-roll the increased gold and health. Probably re-roll it to poison, so I'll have a tiny bit more poison resistance. Not that great, but, you know, it'll help. It'll help a little bit. So yeah, this is the new etched sigil that I've got, that 247%. I believe I mentioned that. The other thing I am thinking of trying is I'll give this gem one more try. I know I have tried it before. Probably use it in place of this Bane of the Trapped. 54%, 2% per hit. So, you know, I'm going to need about 30 seconds, 30 attacks. I can't see, so many people use this. I just don't see this being any better than either this at 50%, 54%, or this at 72%. I just don't see it. But a lot of people use it. Maybe there's some kind of exploit in there that I don't know about. But anyways, I might try this one. So what I've got to do is I've got to have gems so I can augment this. And then I want to augment this. And then I've got this one to augment, this one to augment, and this one to augment. If I do get the Swampland Waiters, this was going to be the final one that I was going to try to get a better version of. But once again, this one is really good. The damage is definitely above medium, that lightning damage, and 144%. The other thing I like about it is that it is lightning damage. So that helps out with the skill I will be using, this elemental exposure. I'll have fire for this, arcane for this, and lightning for the weapon, which will give me a 15% bonus. So if I did find a better version of Rancer of the Twisted Sword, it would have to be some sort of damage that would contribute to that elemental exposure. Otherwise, it's probably just not worth it. Alright, so I got a few things to augment. Let me start up a new recording and I'll get started. I want to get So I'm gonna need to get 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna need to get 5 legendary gems up to 130, which I've got this one, so I probably just use this one. I was gonna save this one just so I could use it in another build, but there really isn't any other build that this works with. I was gonna try Poison Dart Carnival with the Witch Doctor, but Spirit Barrage just seems to be so powerful with the 4 cube slots that Poison Dart Carnival just isn't gonna work. And then I get this one. I probably just use this one. This one's a good one for starting off a general build. I'm gonna save this one for the Necromancer. I do use this one for the Necromancer, so I've got 1, 2, 3, so I only need 2 more. I want to save this one for the Necromancer, so I won't use that one. Probably this Thorns one. This one's another general good one that can go with almost any build, at least just as a basic starter legendary gem. This one is very specific, so I'll probably augment this one. And probably this one. So these will be my 5 augmenting ones. Alright, so I'll do that. I'll get these 2 leveled, ranked up to about 130. See where I'm at. Probably at that point, if I haven't got the Swampland Waders that I've been looking for, I'll just say, okay, no big deal. And I'll just, I'll just use these. These are already augmented. I'll just stick with these, okay? And I'll see what kind of push I can get. And then probably I'll be done for the season at that point. Whatever I get is whatever I get. I might play a little bit more just for fun, just some multiplayer, public gaming, something like that. And who knows, maybe I will find the other Swampland Waders. And maybe make one more push after that if I do happen to find another Swampland Waders. Alright, let me sign off here and I will be right back and start it up.